What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. We got a great one for you today. We're doing another before tour on a house that we just bought. And guys, when I tell you the purchase price, you're gonna get a little upset with me, especially if you live in expensive markets. We bought this house for $3,500. That's right, $3,500, not $35,000. So we are in it for a great price, but it's gonna need a ton of work. It's got a major structural problem. That's gonna be a bulk of our budget. Per usual, if you've been watching my channel, I'm gonna show you all about that. I'm gonna go over some other repair fees in this, but I also want you guys to guess the total rehab on this, and whoever guesses that is gonna win $100. So just comment down below what you think the rehab budget will be, and I will pick a winner that's closest to that amount, and I will comment on the next video with the winner. Again, that's for $100. This house is 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and 1,600 square feet. It's got a garage on it, which is a great feature, and it sits in a pretty nice neighborhood, which Rhianna's getting ready to show you with her neighborhood check, and then I'm gonna walk you guys through it.
Time for our neighborhood check. This house sits cozily in the corner on this side road here, which is very nice. Great neighbors, a nice row of trees to block the view of the main roads, and it is very close to town and quiet. So I give this neighborhood an 8 out of 10.
And now we're gonna get this tour started. We're actually going to start with the outside, and remember, I'm not going to tell you all the numbers. I'm only going to tell you the structural, and that way you guys can make your best guess. Right off the bat, this is going to need a new roof. I know you can't see it, but go ahead and account for that. The siding is a little bit dated. At the very least, we're going to paint the entire siding there, and then you're going to need some landscaping. You can see where the bushes are overgrown right there and right here, and also it's missing a mailbox. So go ahead and throw that into your budget. And right around here on the corner is where most of the money is going to be spent. Just a little problem right there, right? Guys, that's some of the worst structural we have ever seen. So basically what has happened is the entire front of the house here is separating from the rest of the house and falling this way. It is a lot of separation right there. It's going to cost us a ton of money to fix, and the structural budget is $35,000. So we're not sure why all that is happening, because there's actually a really good retaining wall built up there that should have protected from some of this. But either way, it happened. I'll show you more of it inside. It gets even uglier in there. But again, $35,000 for the structural budget. And that's pretty much all I'm going to show you on the outside. So a roof, the structural, and some landscaping. And now we're going to spend the rest of the money on the inside. All right, let's do this. So first things first, yes, there's a ton of stuff left behind. If you've watched my channel before, you know this is not new to us. For reasons unbeknownst to us, people leave a ton of stuff behind. And this is another one of those houses. And then if you look back there, more signs of structural. So we actually ripped that wall down ourselves so we could inspect the back wall. Guys, that's something you're going to want to do or learn to do. I had to learn it from my partner. This would normally be covered up by a wall, so you would not see that concrete wall behind there. It would be drywall and paint out here. But look what was hiding behind there. Look at all that stair stepping in the concrete. So not only is the front wall pushing in away from the house, the back wall is actually pushing in as well into the house. So that's the reason for such a high rehab budget and such a high structural budget, and also the reason we got this house for so cheap. And then of course, you know, our demo budget is going to be a little bit higher because we got to get rid of all this stuff. Demo is not only construction, like ripping out walls and ripping out cabinets and stuff. It's also trash and debris that's left behind. And what do we have over here to our left? Even more cracking. Off to my left right here, you just have a little storage closet right there. There's no electricity in this house, so there will be low lighting in some scenarios. Back here, you kind of have your washer and dryer room and your water tank, and also your HVAC, which the HVAC is not really old, the internals of it. So that's good news. We can probably go ahead and keep that, but it will need an outdoor unit. So back here is your half bath. You know, this thing's going to need to be updated, obviously. It's missing a mirror. The vanity's old. The toilet might be the only thing we can keep in that half bath. Everything else is going to need to be updated. As we go back here, we did get a washer and dryer included, so that's a pro. And I will show you the garage real quick. A lot of this stuff is going to need to be thrown away. There's a ton of stuff in here, and we do repurpose this stuff or give a lot of it away to contractors that are working on our houses. But a lot of this stuff is just trash. The garage door is relatively new, so that's a great sign. We don't have to replace that. It saves us some money. And then as I spin around here, you actually see more signs of that structural. The wall is pushing in back here as well, and pushing this all off the wall. Look, it's completely separated, and you can see it happening back here just a little bit. All right, let's get out of the dark and dungy basement, and let's go upstairs where it gets a little bit more interesting. So before we go upstairs and show you that craziness, today's video is actually sponsored by BetterHelp in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. And this is somebody we're super excited to partner with. If you guys do or do not know, my wife and I actually struggle from anxiety and depression ourselves. So we are huge supporters of any platform giving help to those in need. And Rhianna's going to tell you more about that.
Like John said, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it's a month to fight the stigma and provide help and support for anyone struggling with their mental health. This year's theme is Together for Mental Health, encouraging others to share their stories about their journey with mental health. Another big theme of Mental Health Month is advocating for access to mental health care. This has long been one of BetterHelp's goals. They offer customized online therapy that includes video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone if you don't want to. BetterHelp is more affordable than traditional therapy. While you're signing up, you can apply for financial assistance and they accept HSA benefits. There's a broad spectrum of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network to give you access to help that you might not have in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule secure video or phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages with your therapist, and everything you share is confidential. You can also switch therapists at no additional charge anytime. This is Mental Health Month, so if you know anybody who's struggling, please share BetterHelp with them. You can learn more by going to betterhelp.com. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, and you can use our link betterhelp.com/John Scholler for 10% off your first month. Thanks again, BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the tour.
All right, so I'm really excited to show you guys upstairs. Believe it or not, there's even more stuff left behind. There's 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. Obviously, the kitchen is up here. And off to my left, the first thing you see is this pretty big living room here, which is nice to see. This house is 1,600 square feet. It's not the biggest, not the smallest, so it's nice to see this big open living room right here with the big window there. Let in a lot of light. That's a nice feature. Over here, this older chandelier is going to remind you guys to go ahead and account for some lighting in your budget. We will need to update some of this stuff. It's just outdated, is how I'll put it. Another thing I'm seeing is this pink/peach carpet. It's a very interesting color, but again, not with the times. We will need to update the carpet and the flooring throughout. And then what do you guys think about the red wall right there? Guys, I'm not a huge fan of red, so that is just hideous to me. Is that okay? Can I say that? Not a fan of the red wall. We will need to paint this house as well, so go ahead and put that in your budget. This light/fan right here actually looks pretty good condition, so we can keep that. A lot more trash removal, a lot more demo right here. Then over here, we actually have a dining room area. And again, decent size, which goes into the kitchen right there. But if it were me, I'll say this in almost every video, I just love an open concept. I would probably try to remove this wall, even if it needed an LVL to replace it. I would remove this wall and open this up to like a bar area and just open this whole area. What do you guys think? Comment down below if that's what you would do or if you would keep the kitchen separated. And maybe, if I get enough open votes, I'll convince the contracting side to knock down that wall. All right, over here, again, some more outdated lighting. Off to my right, as you've already seen, is the kitchen. Those cabinets may look okay on camera, but they're very old and dated. They're made of the thin wood. Those cabinets all need replaced. The sink's gonna need updated, new countertops, and the appliances don't all match, so they will all need updated. So that's going to be expensive right there. A full kitchen rehab. Go ahead and put that in your budget. Out here is that screened-in porch I was telling you about. This is really nice to have, a nice feature, keeps you protected from the West Virginia bugs. Out here is just going to be trash removal and maybe a few repairs of the screen if it needs any. I'm not seeing much out here. Sweep up all those leaves maybe. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to show you, and that's this retaining wall out back. Guys, you will thoroughly want to inspect this, okay? Because they can be extremely expensive. And they're super important because their job is to keep all of this hillside that's basically mountain behind the house from pushing into the house. Now, why this house still has so much structural with a seemingly good retaining wall is beyond us, but either way, the retaining wall itself looks to be in really good condition, which if it wasn't, that would be a huge rehab budget item. But it's fine, so we do not need to account for anything there. And I will show you the roof real quick. And that's why it needs replaced. Go ahead and put gutters in there as well and some soffit repair. Now we're going to go back inside and we're going to head down to the bedrooms, which are also full of stuff. And if I remember correctly, they're decent sized bedrooms. Off to my left though first is the main bath in the house. You only have one full bath in this house, which isn't great, but it's very common in the area. Everything in here needs updated, okay? The only thing that we might be able to keep is this tile surround, which looks to be recently done and in good condition. And the tub, it probably needs refinished. They make refinishing kits for these tubs, so that's probably going to need that. Sorry, I didn't mean to show you in the toilet there. That's not a pretty sight. New faucet set. The window's in good shape, but this whole setup right here and the toilet, all this needs replaced. And that purple, yeah, that's not our color. That's not something we probably keep. So paint in here and flooring. So let's just say in the budget, account for everything except for the surround inside the shower. Everything else needs replaced. As we get further back here, we got the 3 bedrooms, all relatively the same size. So I'm not going to call any of them the primary. I'm just going to show you each one of them. And again, very unique colors. It's like a really light blue. Not something we would normally go with. And the floors in here are hardwood, so we can just go ahead and refinish the hardwoods. So where you see carpet, if there's hardwoods underneath that, we will go ahead and refinish the hardwoods throughout. If not, we will only refinish the hardwoods where you see it and replace the carpet with new carpet where you see that. Hope that made sense. Okay, you got 2 more bedrooms, one over here. Just stuff everywhere. I should try to sell this box spring. Every time I do one of these videos and I pretend I'm joking that I'm selling the mattress, I always get comments saying, "Ooh, gross, why would you sell a used mattress?" Guys, it's okay. I'm kidding. But I really will take $50 for this box spring. So just DM me. Shh. All right. You got a little closet over there. Not much to see in here. Again, you got the carpet right here, but you can see the hardwoods under it. So, oh, I just cut myself. Look at that. I didn't even know I did it. Yikes. Better not show that to YouTube too much. They might block the video. Ow. Okay. I have my tetanus shot, so hopefully we're okay. Then over here, you see more of that hardwood in this bedroom already, so we'll just have to refinish that. That's good news. Maybe it's hardwoods throughout and they just covered it up with the carpet. Not much going in here. You got this kind of like weird built-in shelf area. We'll just go ahead and rip that out. You got some wallpaper going in over there, or going on over there, and so that will need to be torn down or painted over. And then back here, you just got another closet. So that's pretty much it for the inside of this house. And I'm going to wrap up this video in the kitchen. All right, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. I like to finish these videos with a little bit of education if I can, teach you what I've been taught. So the biggest one today is you can see how we ripped down that wall down there. That's something when I first got started in this game, I would have never have done. So Steve had to teach me about that you cannot see what's behind walls. Obviously, that could have been extremely costly. That's $35,000 that we now have in our budget that if we didn't rip down the walls or it wasn't obvious from the outside, that we could have missed. So that could be somebody's entire rehab budget, and all of a sudden you're upside down on your first flip. So make sure if you're buying a house that could potentially have structural issues, you know how to inspect and look for that, and maybe get permission from the seller to rip down a piece of the wall so you can look behind it, so you can go ahead and get eyes on that wall to make sure 100% nothing is going on back there, because that is not something you want to miss. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I hope you find them entertaining. Anything else you guys want to see, comment down below. I appreciate each and every one of y'all's support. We're almost at 50,000 subscribers. I always like to thank my wife and all of her support for helping me on this channel. Couldn't do it without you. And that'll wrap up this video. We'll see you guys on the next one.